We have started the music just
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah,
for now. Once GK sir is here, we'll start the wisdom sharing
sure,
session.
sure. It's a healing session, masters. We are waiting for sir. Once he has joined, we'll start the session. So till then, sit in meditation. Yes, sir is here, masters. We'll start in 10 minutes.
5 मिनट और मेडिटेशन में बैठे रहे मास्टर्स. 5 more minutes in this meditation. Masters, slowly come up some meditation. अपने पैरों को मूव करिए थोड़ा थोड़ा. फिंगर्स को मूव करें. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. दोनों हथेलियों को आंखों पे रखिए. And slowly open your eyes, masters. Namaste. Atmavandan to all of you, masters. So I would like to welcome GK sir in day 3 of this workshop. Welcome to the session, sir, and over to you.
Okay, sir. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Puja Master. So we'll continue today's session with sir. Wisdom. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ritu Jain and Pooja ji for introducing me. So, since last 2 days, we are trying to understand the core spiritual principles behind the illnesses that occur in body level, mind and intellectual and social plane. Today, I would like to take some question and answers. And so through that questions, I'll try to go into the subject and then to establish that mind-body connection area. Yeah, because first day we discussed about a little bit of journey and the core basics. And then second day, straight away, we jumped into an illness and we tried to understand the reasons behind the illness according to spiritual health science method. And today, randomly, we take based on the participants' questions. And because we are in this a mixed group from the starting new meditators to the advanced meditators, we try to understand the core reasons rather than going into the sub details of every illness. Because if you go to a doctor with a fever, so they will try to treat it as a common day-to-day regular fever unless and until they identify some special features or special symptoms or signs in the body. Whenever they see some special signs, then they put it as an exception and they try to treat it as an exceptional fever. Otherwise, 80 to 90% of the fevers are very common. So similarly, for every chronic illness or a serious illness, as a beginner, there will be a basic set of reasons that is good enough to discuss in this platform. And then the exceptional results will be very rare happening, and then after going through the basics, we can understand those exceptional reasons. Yeah, thank you. So Ritu Jain, can you please help me out in taking the hand raises, the spirituality and health junction?
Definitely, sir. Yeah, it's a good opportunity, masters. You have enough time and ask your question regarding the chapter, regarding the session, regarding the topic. So please raise your hand and unmute yourself and ask the question. Here I give the option to unmute yourself. You can unmute as well. Otherwise, I am here. Just I'll appreciate if you put on your video on. Yeah. Yes, Saraswati ji. Please ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, I have a question. Like, if we have a sinus issue, how to overcome that issue?
Yeah, sinus complaint. Yeah, good. See, basically, any nose illnesses, as a part of the nose, or among all the five senses, the nose also has got its own tanmatra, means the internal nose. Okay, so basically, as we know, it is majorly related to the smell perception, and whenever we say the smell, physically, of course, we try to smell the physical things like the food or flowers or whatever different kinds of smells we take as a part of the pleasure. And when we say the smell, internally, it is like understanding the things, means the forecasting the things. For example, we are in the room, suddenly if we smell something is burning, immediately we try to search nearby. Anything is burning, and then we smell the things. For example, among the business partners, if the business partner said some things, then it indicates that maybe he may leave the company. Just with a word or with a single information, directly or indirectly, we try to forecast the things. So nose as an organ, it is majorly related to acute incidents. Means whenever the emergencies that are going to happen in life, those emergencies we should be able to forecast, we should be able to smell. So this is how actually the whole diagnosis and understanding the nose will go. We need to smell the things, we need to understand or forecast the things. So that's why it is just below the third eye. People can understand the chronic situations, means the day-to-day regular situations easily we can crack and we can understand. But whereas the emergency situations, whenever they are coming, we may not be able to cope up because we don't have a foreseen information on that. So all prediction dreams, intuitive thoughts about the future, and based on the prediction experiences, we have to foresee the things, and accordingly we have to react. So here, understanding the acute incidents is like the first thing is prediction, means assessing the situation, and then second thing is to combat that particular emergency, what best we can do. We know that this is going to happen by intuition or through dream, or someone told something, or the situation is demanding in that way. So what best we can do as a premium. For example, for the car, we pay the premium beforehand. Because of that insurance, whenever some emergency happens, we will get money. Sum total of all the collective premiums a person will get out of it. So similarly, before facing an acute incident, before to as a solution for the emergency that is going to happen in future. Beforehand, we pay some premium. The spiritual, we call it as a spiritual premium. For the common goodness, for the development of the community, whatever the best, the boon we can contribute, that we need to identify. And if we allocate some time every day, and if we start working on it, in long run, the effort that we are making on daily basis will act as a spiritual premium, and whatever that community building purpose is there, that will be served. Whenever we are contributing our own boon to the community beforehand, as and when that major thing happens, that group support automatically we get. Because if you give, you will get. Without giving your own contribution to the community, you cannot expect something in emergency in return. So this nose is the mechanism. Majority is related to the emergency situations. In two spiritual tablet series, we have acute incidents and chronic incidents. And people, suddenly they will come up with a dream that some of their family members are going to meet with an accident, or he himself may meet with an accident in future. This is one of the sensitive area where we know that something is going to happen bigger in a bad way, but we don't know how to react to it. So those areas, starting from that spiritual prediction to foreseeing emergencies, we need to have a mechanism like a God. If the God is there, if something is going to happen, he will be very stable because he has his own strategy to deal with that emergency. So being a spiritual master, one must have that acute emergency strategy with them, which is all related to the nose area. So for that, we need to forecast the things, and we have to allocate some time and pay our own boon of spiritual contribution as a premium to the universe for the universal development. Then whenever that emergency comes, like for example, there is an accident. So usually after the accident, when the people see him and how much lesser time they will take him to hospital, how much in the lesser time the blood will be arranged, the emergency will be. So these are all like during the emergency, we are almost like helpless. How best we get to the natural support, that will decide the fate finally. We listen some stories that really luckily in the next moment, someone passing by, a medical doctor attended to him on the spot, and that's why he was saved. So such kind of exceptional stories we listen. It is not happening by chance. It is happening by choice. If we are good with the universe by paying our own spiritual premium, even though the emergency arises in the last minute, by the universal help, a unseen helping hand will come and we will be lifted from that pathetic situation.
True.
So a spiritual master always create his own unseen helping hand, even though it looks like for the people, for the layman, it looks like a luck, or it looks like someone came and helped. But how that help came, only for him, how that major emergency he came out of it. So all this emergency mechanism is embedded in nose and paranasal serous area. So whatever the emergencies that are coming, we have to forecast and we have to make a plan. And during the emergency, we have to behave like a god. We should not break during that emergency period with a lot of energy gush and
Emotions.
there are people, whenever the emergency comes, immediately they shake. Usually, if you observe, if you take the history, most of the nose and sinus and nose related disorders, those people are not in a position to deal with the emergencies, especially.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So when they understand the philosophy behind that emergency, and if they have a proper strategy, then that is the starting point through which we can clear all that regular cold related issues, common cold to sinus and nasal polyps, all those areas we can heal. And the selling point is like every day they have to allocate an hour or two keeping in view of the future community development things. Okay, and identifying those spiritual premium is the key factor here. And by discussing with the seniors how best I can do with the community, keeping in view of the future, what best we can do in the present moment. For example, we want to do a mega meditation summit in San Diego, the big program. For the big program, we are doing every month one small program. It will take to the big program. So this is like a pre-setup.
Yeah.
Every month we are doing something, and finally we are hitting the bigger one. So similarly, whatever the community we want to reach, for that first we need to do some groundwork on regular basis.
Yeah.
Whatever the groundwork we are doing, it may not give result on the same day. It will give at the final day, it will give. Usually people have an attitude like whenever they get something out of it, those activities only we attend immediately. Whenever something comes in future, usually slowly we try to keep those things aside because it is not giving any immediate result.
Yeah.
For example, you want to learn a language, every day you need to learn 5 words or 10 words. Usually the first thing to skip is those daily practices because they don't give any immediate result or immediate happiness. That's why you won't do. So usually the spiritual premium means the activities which we are supposed to learn, keeping in view of the future community development, which are the first things to skip in our day-to-day life because they won't give any pleasure and immediate result. But a real God is like in the current moment, whatever the best you are doing that you need to do, parallelly 20% of your time should be allocated towards the future developments. Even though they are not giving immediate results, but still you have to practice those things as a spiritual premium.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, next who want to ask? Master, please raise your hand. Anjali sinus headache she has mentioned, and throat irritation. I get sinus headache often and mild throat irritation and pain, which leads to body pain, feverish feeling, and have typhoid yoga, I think, for past 16 years.
Yeah. So repeated
Hypothyroid.
Hypothyroid. Okay,
Hypothyroid.
hypothyroid.
Yeah. So repeated
Hypothyroid for last 16 years.
16
Okay,
years,
16 years. Yeah.
So as a thumb rule, whenever there are 2 or 3 illnesses like low back pain, for example, and then gastritis, and then some thyroid or some headache, thumb rule is below upwards. First, we need to set the lower chakras, and then from there slowly we have to go above. So when there is a thyroid complaint, try to work with the basic thyroid Vishuddha chakra principles. The 5 cardinal principles, like day before yesterday I told, coming out of the negative speech that we speak every day, adopting positive and miraculous speech, going into silence or expressing quality. People who are talkative, they must go into silence. People who are timid and fearful to express, they must go in expression mode. And then spreading the spiritual truth, conducting spiritual classes or teaching meditation, because this is urgent need of the age for the whole world. The spiritual wisdom is required. So everybody hold, at least to their friends and family members and nearby temple community, one must do their own efforts to teach meditation and wisdom. And finally, learning singing. If you are passionate about music from the childhood, they must keep a teacher and they should start learning music, whatever the model they like. So these 5 cardinal principles were clearly explained in a thyroid spiritual tablets book, and that YouTube video is also available. So you can go through it and try to follow all the principles, whichever is lacking. And we need to set the thyroid first. So once we set the thyroid, then automatically the Vakshatra will be tamed properly. If the Vakshatra is good, then we cross thyroid and then we go to the next level. And parallelly, whatever the emergency and chronic tablet I just now I narrated, understanding the spiritual emergencies and material emergencies and paying the spiritual premium to it, that will automatically take care of the nose thing. And any throat irritations and related to that infection thing is all because of lack of proper understanding about the speech mechanism. Whatever the words that we are uttering, they should have its own spiritual value, and it should construct the community. It should not disturb the community. Starting from the native speech to learning music, all the 5 factors I narrated, one has to implement, and that will automatically slowly take you to the higher levels. Yeah, thank you. Next.
Yes, Asha ji.
GK sir. Sir, I have a question about like some kids, they are born with a diabetes. So what is the issue? I mean, they are just a newborn baby. So is it just an energy block, or is it they are carrying from the past karma?
Yeah. So basically, the juvenile diabetes are, people coming with diabetic things. Any children's illnesses, we need to work with the parents. Okay. So if the parents sincerely work on themselves with their own meditation service and everything, that will automatically give a good results in the babies that are coming. Whenever they are coming from the birth mother womb, definitely we can think of the past life karmic patterns. Definitely we need to work on it. But as a part of the management, apart from the basic allopathic support that we need to take in the initial days, the baby in the initial stages, we need to give the 10 energy supports like music, pyramid energy, and crystals, soft instrumental music, all the 10 energy supports if we give, that will manage the energy system. And when we are working with the parents will automatically get the answers about the baby. As a part of her karmic pattern, it brought that illness, and slowly over a period of time, it will gain the wisdom and it will come out of that knowledge block and energy block, and they become completely the disease free. That possibility is always there. But only thing, the route of entry is giving sufficient energy to the baby with all the energy gadget means, and the parent should go on journey with understanding the purpose of life and working on themselves completely, and especially pertaining to the Manipura chakra, that is the position sense, and working on the spiritual power. So if the parents work as a catalyst in the community in spreading the truth, that will directly give result in the baby's Manipuraka area. And parents as well as on their spiritual children also, they need to work on the Manipura chakra. One is wheel of relationship, understanding the relationships and maintaining the relationship in a harmonious way, and about to working on the power, because the fire element Manipura chakra, which is related to the diabetes, that is insulin production. So working on the power means they need to work on the thought power, speech power, position, time, and money. All these 5 powers they have to utilize only towards the community spiritual growth. So this is how we can work on that juvenile diabetes, and in long run, definitely we can get a very good result. Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have one more question. So if somebody dies of heart attack in the previous life, so when they born again in the next life, they will be born with that heart disease or maybe a hole in the heart, something like that?
Yeah. So whatever the diseases we carry in the previous lifetimes, every lifetime has got its own story. In the next lifetime, they may born as a very beautiful cinema actor or a great singer. Every lifetime we take a different types of characters and then life stories. Whatever that leftover karma, it can come as a relationship problem, or it can come as a financial distress, or it may arise in a different organ. So the same disease may not be continued in the next lifetimes, but if at all there is a leftover karma is there, to clarify it, they design how to, come out of that particular karmic pattern through knowledge, and according to their character, they will design that block as well, the physical or mental or social, financial, anything it can be. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
सर यूट्यूब में जो लाइव है उसमें से क्वेश्चन है लाइक वन पर्सन हास मेरे भाई की किडनी काम नहीं कर रही है लाइक एंड बीपी इज ऑल्सो हाई शुगर इज ऑल्सो देयर सो
Yeah. See,
so there is
for
like three issue kidney sugar and
renal,
BP.
yeah. So renal related issues, kidney issues, they need to understand first the basic principles, like the 12 spiritual tablets we discussed to improve the energy. The intense meditation is required anyway. Individually, whatever the best they can, hours together, they need to meditate. And they can take the group support if any nearby PSS meditation center is there, pyramid is there. Better they can go to that pyramid and they can spend a good amount of time beneath the pyramid to take that pyramid energy, and they can set up a pyramid on the bed itself and lying down, and all the activities they can do under that 5x5 or 6x6 structure pyramid, so that the constant energy can be taken. And during full moon days, they have to join that full moon meditations as well to get into that more cosmic energy. So all the amplification factors like group meditation, pyramid meditation, full moon meditation, and individually doing meditation intermittently for 15-20 minutes like that 10 times in a day, more or less, and take the pyramid water. So all these energy amplifications, first they give a symptomatic relief, and clearly they can see all that lethargy, the pain, swellings, and different types of complaints that they hold in spite of the medical treatment. First, they will come out of that complaints. Then they will get a hope. So from that point, now they need to work on the knowledge factor. Reading spiritual books and discussing with the spiritual master, constantly listening to different kinds of sessions like that are happening in PMC channels in Hindi and English, all languages. So many masters are coming and giving a brilliant spiritual wisdom in book clubs. So that wisdom automatically make them to realize their minor mistakes in the life. So usually all renal problems, either the kidney level or the ureter level, where they will have a frequent urine infections. So it's all about the minor mistakes that we do in day-to-day life, because kidneys will filter the urine from the blood. The urine is nothing but the excretion from each and every cell will merge in the blood, and the kidneys will filter and then create that urine in a day, 1 liter of urine. So similarly, if you take the entire day, whatever we are thinking, whatever we have speaking, and the actions that we are doing, we do a lot of minor mistakes in a given day. So one has to identify those minor mistakes and they have to come out of it. So if they are beginners, first they have to go with the intense meditation and energy workout, as I said earlier, and they have to get into that basic enlightenment factor. Through enlightenment, the awareness will be improved, and at any given point of time, whenever they are unnecessarily thinking, immediately they will stop and they will try to mold it towards the creative activity. Similarly, wherever they are unnecessarily speaking, they themselves will get that awareness and they will stop talking unnecessarily and listening unnecessarily. All these 5 senses, wherever we are doing the minor mistakes in a day, that we need to clean by the end of the day. During night time, they have to sit for a 10-15 minutes cleansing process, like the kidneys are filtering the urine. We have to filter all the unwanted things that are happened in a minute way in the whole day. And next day, we should not repeat the same. So this is what working with the minor mistakes and major mistakes concept in 2 spiritual tablets. And by applying this, definitely in the most of the cases, their creatinine also come step by step, it will comes down. And so this is like creating an intellectual kidney. Okay, that will automatically replicate the physical kidney factor. And usually these major problems, they must go under the guidance of a spiritual master who can guide them on day-to-day basis based on their spiritual experiences, and in long run we can get a good result. So first they need to work on the second chakra. Parallelly they can sort it out the third chakra, like the diabetes problem, as I said, working as a catalyst in the community and working with the power as well. Yeah, thank you.
Again, one more question. एक लेडी 55 years, उन्होंने लिखा है रिक्वेस्ट कि हिंदी में बता दीजिए. So it is possible.
ये अभी जो बोला इसके लिए, और
नहीं, एक और इन्होंने मैसेज भेजा है. शी इज फीलिंग लाइक हेजिटेट कि उनको इंग्लिश में नहीं बात करना हो पाएगा, हिंदी में बता दीजिए. ही इज हैविंग हेयर फॉल एंड स्किन कुछ इशू, एंड टू क्वेश्चन इज देयर.
या हेयर फॉल एंड स्किन इश्यूज, वो स्किन का जो प्रॉब्लम्स और हेयर फॉल के लिए एक 1+ अरशद वर्गा बोल के एक किताब हम लोग रेडी किया था. ये 1+ अरशद वर्गा जो कॉन्सेप्ट, it comes as a bit exceptional thing. एक ही सेंटेंस में बोलना चाहते हैं तो हेल्दी कंपटीशन, मतलब दूसरा लोगों को हम हमेशा एक कंपटीशन में जाता है. कंपटीशन को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं मैडम? कंपटीशन,
प्रतियोगिता.
ओह,
प्रतियोगिता.
या
स्पर्धा.
स्पर्धा प्रतियोगिता. या
प्रतियोगिता. In any common basic colloquial word is not there. Pratiyogita
race.
looks like a
लाइक
Race.
yeah, race is again English word.
स्पर्धा होगा, लाइक आई थिंक. या
हरीफाई.
हरीफाई. ओके, या कोई भी. सी, हम जो कंपेयर करते हैं दूसरे लोगों को, उनके पास ये है वो है, हमारे पास ये नहीं वो ही नहीं, जो कंपैरिजन और जो कंपटीशन में हम जाता है, वो कंपटीशन होना चाहिए, लेकिन वो हेल्दी होना चाहिए. हेल्दी मतलब दूसरा लोग वो 2 घंटा ध्यान किया, हम लोग 3 घंटा करने गए. वो 2 स्पिरिचुअल किताब पढ़ा, हम लोग 4 स्पिरिचुअल किताब पढ़नी है. वो रितु मैडम हर एक दिन डेली मेडिटेशन 1 बार कर रहे हैं, मैं सुबह शाम 2 बार में एक जूम लगा के मैं सबको करा देता हूँ.
भी नहीं चाहिए.
ऐसा दूसरा लोगों से हम हेल्दी कंपटीशन में जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि अंदर जो हमारे पास वो अरशद वर्ग होती है, काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मद आश्चर्य, वो पूरा की पूरा हम लोग जीरो नहीं कर सकता हूँ. वो थोड़ा, बिकॉज वी आर एंट्रैप्ड इन फिजिकल बॉडी, भौतिक शरीर में हम लोग ट्रैप हो गया था, इसीलिए थोड़ा कुछ है तो रहेगा ही अरशद वर्ग. बट ये अरशद वर्ग को हम पॉजिटिव साइड में रखनी है, मतलब कंस्ट्रक्टिवली रखनी है. वो जलन जो है ये बड़ा के लिए, मतलब अच्छा के लिए, वो जलन को हम लोग यूज करने से और भी हम लोग ये आध्यात्मिक में मेहनत करेंगे, और इससे वो हमको एक शोभ देती है. इट बिकम्स ए मैग्निफिसेंट, लाइफ बिकम्स मैग्निफिसेंट. सो वी नीड ए ड्राइव. हमको आगे बढ़ने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ ड्राइव चाहिए. वो ड्राइविंग फोर्स है ये अरशद वर्ग को हेल्दी साइड में हम लोग यूज करके हमारा आध्यात्मिक प्रगति आगे बढ़ने के लिए हम लोग उपयोग कर सकते हैं. सो द की एलिमेंट इज लाइक यूजिंग दिस रेज और anger feeling or all this arshad varga towards the healthy side. So this hair, nails and all these vestigial organs जो है, ये सब एनिमल लेवल में हमको बहुत था. ह्यूमन होने के बाद वो अवशेष वजह से स्कैंटी हो गया था. सो एनिमल में जो क्वालिटीज हैं, वो क्वालिटीज वो हमको कमी होके अभी ह्यूमन बीइंग है, सोशल बिहेवियर में हमको बहुत कम होता है. वो भी हम केवल आध्यात्मिक प्रगति के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. सो इसलिए सोल्यूशन में ये होता है कि हम 4-5 आसपास लोगों को एक आइडियल तरह लेके हमेशा वो लोग को कंपैरिजन करना केवल आत्म प्रगति के लिए, उनसे भी ज़्यादा मैं कितना कर सकता हूँ, ऐसा वो पॉजिटिव हेल्दी कंपटीशन में आध्यात्मिक रूप में जाने से that will automatically improve our beauty with the hairs and nails and vestigial organs especially. So if you find any of the spiritual tablet masters and read the book One Plus Arshad Varga, that gives a clear cut road map. वो किताब से आपको पूरा के पूरा आंसर मिलेगा. इस सिंगल सेंटेंस में अरशद वर्गा को हम हेल्दी कंपटीशन में रखनी है. बाकी मास्टर से हमेशा और भी ज़्यादा आध्यात्मिक में करने के लिए वो कंपटीशन में लगने से ब्यूटी ऑफ द हेयर नेल्स will automatically achieved. Yeah. Thank you.
And one more, thank you, sir. One more question is there in YouTube chat. Some tell about something psoriasis,
So this is again
right?
the
For
skin.
someone who is having psoriasis. Yes.
Yeah.
Question.
So the skin problems. We have a spiritual tablet called Vajra Kavach.
Yeah.
So the skin is like protecting the whole body. So similarly, जीवन में हम कुछ लोगों को साथ में रह के उनको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, आध्यात्मिक रूप में प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए हम लोग पर्पस लेकर आता है. तो जो पर्पस हमने जो लोगों को स्पिरिचुअली उनको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए हम लोग लेकर आया था, वो अच्छी तरह हम लोग पहचान के वो पर्पस में लगना चाहिए. दैट इज नंबर 1. एंड नंबर 2, स्किन इज अ कंपाउंड वॉल. इसके लिए टाइगर लेसन्स बोल के एक लेसन्स होता है. मतलब लाइक ए फायर वॉल, लाइक कंप्यूटर में हम लोग एंटीवायरस डाल देता है, वो एक्सटर्नल वायरस नहीं अंदर आने के लिए. ऐसी हमको एक एनर्जी वॉल चाहिए. स्किन वैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर रही है, ऐसे एनर्जी लेवल में हम एक कार्मिक एक्सचेंज इधर उधर नहीं होने के लिए थ्रू नॉलेज हम एक वॉल करनी है, एक दीवार हमको कंस्ट्रक्ट करना चाहिए. So this is called an energy wall or energy barrier. Otherwise, we indulge in lot of karmic things. So through meditation and by improving our patience, the immense patience is one of the key factor to improve this firewall around us. So वो patience को बढ़ाते हुए भी, by increasing the immense patience, one can build that firewall around them, and that will automatically work as a protective skin layer and protecting the near and dear people through spiritually. Like suppose if any master is guiding you on a regular basis, आपके साथ में रह के आपको वो प्रोटेक्ट कर रही है स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर. आप अपना ज्ञान पूरा मालूम होने के बाद तुम वो मास्टर को छोड़ के वो अपने आप अपना रास्ता में चले जाएंगे. So you will walk on your path once you completely understand the spiritual. Until then, the master is protecting you. Like the skin is protecting the whole internal organs, the master is protecting. Similarly, you have to do your own protection purpose for the people who are dependent on you. So working for this protection purpose and understanding the the firewall, the energy wall around us by immense patience, developing the patience, and then working with minor mistakes in life, because the skin acts as a excretion mechanism. It will excrete the unwanted sweat from the skin, and so that's why working on that minor mistakes, as I said earlier about the kidney, that also comes in. So when we are working with the community, संघ में, सोसाइटी में काम करने के समय में जो माइनर मिस्टेक्स हमको अरेज होता है वो थॉट स्पीच लेवल में, उसके ऊपर भी हम लोग कभी-कभी काम करने पड़ेंगे. So put together all these reasons are very clearly given in that Vajra Kavcha book, skin problems related reasons, and that YouTube video is also available on that. spiritual reasons behind the skin illness. If you type in spiritual tablets in the YouTube channel, you can get that particular lesson. Thank you.
Champa Ben hai, sir. Here, Champa Ben has a question. Champa Ben, can you unmute? Unmute kar sakte hain aap?
I want to ask on behalf of a couple of people uh, whom I'm connected with. They seem to have lost their voice for 2-3 years now. I think it was after COVID. And this person, he was such a nice singer, but now when he speaks, we can't even understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. See, any problems related to the throat and speech, one has to work on Vishuddha Chakra. So, if we use the speech, the voice in a pure material manner without having a purpose to it, then there will be a plateau phase where we try to realize the spiritual purpose we have with our voice. So, going into silence for some days and parallelly meditating and read the Patriji book Vakshetram, and then similarly the Thyroid book written by me. So these two books will give a complete roadmap how to understand the Vishuddha Chakra. And going into silence for 40 days or 3 months also will be very much helpful, along with intense meditation and going through the wisdom to understand the speech mechanism. Yeah. And someone told about north and south of the pyramid.
Yeah,
Small
pyramid.
pyramids
Yes.
के लिए, छोटा pyramids के लिए इतना north south का वो बड़ा नहीं होता है. Whenever we are building a big pyramids, then that angles, the corner should be in north south alignment. Small pyramids you can use in any direction. And even for that 5x5, 6x6 pyramids also, the chord size pyramids, if there is a possibility to keep the pyramid in that north and south angles, especially the corners wherever coming, they should align with the north south direction. It is good. In the modern days, if you have a very small bedroom and then where you can't shift the cot, and so at least having pyramid is good. Okay. And yeah, for the smaller ones, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Next.
Again,
So
yeah.
what about wearing the pyramids on your head? Is there a certain position for it?
No, there is no, that is what I'm saying. All the small pyramids, whatever they may use, it won't matter much. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Next.
okay, thank
So
There
there
is
is
one
a
more
question.
question.
Yeah. You are reading, Puja Master? Please
Okay,
continue.
yeah. This is from one of newly joined meditator. My stomach is very sensitive to some foods. I had a gut infection last year and continue to occasionally have reflux, bloating, and heartburn.
Yeah. So being a new meditator, initially, the energy level, you need to do an intense workout. Okay. Where if you do all the basic things like individual meditation, this group meditations by online through the group, and full moon meditations and pyramid, if you can use, you can keep a pyramid cap on the stomach area constantly most of the time in a day. That energy workout is bound to give you a relief, instantaneous relief. And then reading a book, Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, which gives you all positive qualities. And then the Bhavana Shakti is another book. And working on the positive qualities means like we take a delicious food and it will be digested, and then finally we extract the good things out of it. Similarly, in day-to-day life, wherever you are getting opportunity to learn something, to react something, to help something, in those areas, you need to apply all the positive qualities like concentration and focus and determination, self-confidence, self-esteem, kindness, compassion, love. All these positive qualities are related to the upper part of the chest and the first half of the digestive system. Like we are giving food for the body, we need to give situations to the soul. Giving food for the body is directly proportional to going through different situations to learn something for the soul, to expand the consciousness. So to present yourself in different situations, you need to have the determination, the concentration, the focus, and kindness, compassion. All these positive qualities we need to have. If you have the positive qualities, then only you attempt all those situations. If you don't have patience, if you don't have compassion, you never attempt the situations that are coming into your doorstep to learn something or to expand your consciousness. One should have the appetite to give food for the body. Similarly, you need to thrive towards the spiritual progress so that you will exhibit those positive qualities and you attract so many situations where the consciousness will be expanded. So that's why working on the positive qualities is the key factor to clear most of the upper half of the part of the gastric tract, whether it is gastritis or bloating or indigestion problems and swallowing problems related to the food mechanism. Yeah, thank you.
One question is about migraine and epilepsy.
Yeah, so any problems related to head region, especially the brain and brain matter. The first and foremost thing related to the head region, especially to the brain matter, is working on who am I concept. So they have to keep that affirmation. And if they work on that who am I concept by reading some of the Ramana Maharshi, Thiruvannamalai, his literature, and who am I, and some of the books given by him. And the book Thinking and Destiny, there is beautiful book clubs were there and YouTubes are available. By going through that book, one can understand that we are my concept in depth. And from the spiritual tablets, we have given the 7 spiritual tablets, which is catering all the 7 layers of the existence in different modalities. So these books will give a complete understanding about the who am I concept. That will automatically start working on the neurological area. And parallelly, one has to work with the power, but any neurological illnesses are related to the power concept. So that's why if they understand the power, like I said, the thought power, speech power, position, time, and money, all these powers were given to us. We brought them only to enhance the individual spiritual progress or the community spiritual progress. Whenever we indulge in material progress, apparently, then that is there the mismatch will happen. So we need to use these powers only for the spiritual growth of the individual or the community. That will automatically serve all our material related needs. Material needs definitely will be served, provided if you are expanding your consciousness in individual level and the community level. So there we need to use the purpose. Whenever there is imbalance in utilizing the power, that will automatically relate to these neurological problems. Yeah. Thank you. Next.
Okay, sir, I have a couple of questions. You mentioned Bhavna Shakti book. I checked online. It is in Telugu. Do you know if it is in English or Hindi versions available in the market?
There are Telugu come Hindi masters. Sit with them. Every paragraph they will explain for you in Hindi language. If you want, I can provide those contacts. But Hindi and English versions are not exactly know. So you try to check with the other. They may provide you those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another question. You mentioned about Arishad Varga book. What is the name of the book?
The book title itself is Arshad Varga. It is published through Spiritual Tablets only. And any masters from the Spiritual Tablets, if you contact, they will provide that. Yeah, the English PDF is available.
And another book you mentioned, it is, I think, Spiritual Tablet book. Is it available for everyone or do we have to enroll for the course for that?
No. Anybody can see. We may not give the entire book set, but if they have some problem, that problem related book that we will provide to them free of cost. Yeah.
Okay.
Only
My
hard copies
question.
they are to buy. Otherwise, soft copies they can take. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there is one more question in the chat, and after that, I'll ask my question. The chat question is, would you like to advise on someone diagnosed with celiac disease?
Yeah. So for the celiac disease, again, the same factor as I said earlier about the Arshad Varga. So working on Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Mashari. So that is the main key area. Initially, we need to work on energy patterns. When they work sincerely, and especially for those illnesses, the ashram dharma is advised as a must. As a must, they need to go for residential holistic health center workout, 40 days or 3 months like that if they stay. And if they do that intense workout with all the energy supports in place, then they are bound to get their own experiences related to the present moment corrections as well as the past. Based on their experiences, the 7 types of experiences I narrated in the first session, easily they can identify in which area they are lacking based on the object signs, and then the Arishad Varga we can identify. And once we correct that, then automatically we can see a very brilliant progress. Not only for celiac disease, celiac sprue or any illnesses, exceptional illnesses, they must stay in an ashram, holistic center for a couple of days. And based on the experiences, we can crack the knowledge more clearly. Grossly, we can say to work on Arshad Varga, but to pinpoint, because individual to individual, it will be different. Some people are maybe doing mistake in the community, some in the individual level, some in the present moment, for some people, rarely it will be in the future also. When they are in a failure in understanding the future progress and future planning, that may cause a block in the current moment. So that's why that exceptional illness is always guidance with a master, working with a guide under the guidance of a master is always advisable to get a clean result. Later on, they can, do their own journey on their own. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
sir. Champabim, is it clear to you now?
Yes, I'll connect the person with Sir JK or any of the counselors to have one-to-one conversation if possible.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Sir, I have
There
a
are
question about uh, autoimmune diseases. They say autoimmune diseases are not curable. Is it really uncurable, or is it if you go in a spiritual way to cure it? Is there any cure? My question is to autoimmune diseases.
Yeah. See, autoimmune disease is a very big spectrum. Okay.
Mm.
So definitely we have accountable case studies where the autoimmune disorders are completely reversed, like especially with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. They had a normal colonoscopy and without any medication, happily they are living now. And like the Suresh Chauhan, one other case with myasthenia gravis, it is also a neuromuscular autoimmune disorder. So certain autoimmune disorders, yes, definitely we are getting wonderful results, and then the disease is completely reversing. Even in the investigations also, we are getting the clean results. And there are certain spectrums where we will be able to reduce the symptoms and a healthy life can be given. But in the investigations, we may not get the reversal of the investigation. That is what I am seeing practically. And definitely the intense meditation workout and a proper harmonious environment, understanding the purpose, will improve the life. And whatever that fear factor or, that constant lingering in the mind about the illness they have, all those mental stress will be completely relieved, and they will understand why the disease came. Is it from the past life or present life? What kind of patterns they are holding? What pattern is causing that particular symptom? To that much extent, we can bring them. At one point, in the left hand, they have the reason. In the right hand, they have the symptoms. As long as you carry this belief, this pattern, this system, which is not truth, that you also know, but you're unable to come out of it. Then naturally, the disease symptom or minute complaints will be there. So by the time we reach that point, they will understand, yes, sir, what you said, now I understood. This is what my mistake, this is what the pattern I'm carrying. I have to come out of it. Whenever I'm not doing it, I'm not having symptoms. When I am, exhibiting this particular belief system or thing, immediately I'm getting the symptoms. So to this point, we brought a lot of patient cards. So now it is up to you, right?
Right.
So that's why definitely, even though there are certain genetical patterns, they are nothing but the belief systems that carry from the parents and ancestors. When they crack the concept behind it, and if they're able to come out of that patterns and belief systems, definitely they will get the result. So that's why the answer is yes, and the answer is no. Yes, to an extent where it is completely reversed and they are very happy even in the investigations. No, in the sense, symptoms are cured, and investigation wise we are not getting a complete clean result, because of the reason where even though they understand the truth, frankly speaking, for example, child wants a love marriage. Parents know that everybody is oneness and nothing, should not interfere in their life, but they can't come out of that loop. The 25 years gap they cannot reduce. From the absolute truth, it is right, but they are unable to accept that caste factors, financial factors, religious factors, and all those things. So certain type of systems will come in between the wheel. So that is where they stuck, and then they carry the disease on their body. Okay, thank you.
And related to the same topic, like you mentioned, it comes down to the generation, like from the past generation. So these days they're saying diabetes and BP are something like hereditary, or maybe some of the Vata Pitta related doshas are comes down to the next generation. So is it really true that it is related to anything like genes, or it is karma?
So see, physical body level, it is gene. Spiritual level, it is like the patterns that we carry from the ancestors, from the parents. When the parents are, raising the children, what are the belief systems they, believe in, that is what will be passed on to the child as well. Suppose if it is less than the true potential, whatever the gap that they are carrying because of the lack of potential, that will depict as a disease on the body. So that's why it is the belief systems and limited understandings that they carry will create the disease as a pattern. Suppose if the child work on it, and if they break that pattern, then they will be free from the disease, and for the next generations it won't be there. Whether it is any kind of illness which is carrying from the generations. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now, Harika Master has a question. Harika Master, can you open your video camera?
సార్ నమస్తే సార్, తెలుగులో మాట్లాడొచ్చా సార్?
Admins,
Can you?
admins should
Sure.
agree. I am not the one. Admins should agree too. Madam, she is asking, can I speak in Telugu?
తెలుగు ఓన్లీ
Yeah,
ఇంగ్లీష్?
if somebody can translate it for
Yes.
us, then it's okay.
So
I have to translate. I can translate.
everyone can
Yes,
understand
sure.
whatever she is asking.
సార్, ప్రతి హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ కి DNA లో ప్రతి ఒక్క హిస్టరీ స్టోరేజ్ అయి ఉంటుంది అంటారు కదా.
Yeah.
సో ఆ DNA లోనే మనకు అన్ని ప్యాటర్న్స్ అవి తెలుస్తాయి అంటారు కదా సార్. సో అది వాటి గురించి అంటే ఎలా తెలుసుకోవచ్చు సార్? దానికి ఏమన్నా టాబ్లెట్ ఉందా, విస్డమ్ లాగా?
She is asking, in DNA, the whole history of the human being will be there. So is there any tablet or is there any wisdom to understand what exactly is there in the DNA to understand about the human being? That is what her question. My answer is like, first of all, why you want to know through the DNA. మీరు ఒక DNA ద్వారా సెల్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఎందుకు తెలుసుకుందాం అనుకుంటున్నారు? Why you want to learn in that way?
అది మూలం అందులోనే ఉంటుంది అంటే అన్ని స్టోరేజ్ అయ్యి ఉంటాయి అంటారు కదా. అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క ఇల్యూషన్ అంటే డిజీజ్ రావడానికి అందులోంచే వస్తుంది అంటారు కదా, DNA ప్యాటర్న్స్ నుంచి. అలా అనేసి అడుగుతున్నాను సార్.
So because she understood that everything is told in the DNA. So that if we crack that, we will come to know all the patterns and things that we are carrying. See, DNA is at the body level. Beyond that is the consciousness, the totality, the universal consciousness or the universal program, or Akashic records. If you go inka depth loki velte Akashic records. Everything is told in the Akashic records or in the universal program. So if you sit in meditation and if you tune yourself towards the consciousness or unknown, from there you can tap everything about yourself. So the same mechanism is through the DNA. So in physical terms, we call it as a DNA. In energy terms, we call it as Akashic records and universal program and the consciousness, the unknown, the unconscious part that is there. ఇవి రెండు లేయర్స్ అంతే, బోత్ ఆర్ వన్ అండ్ ద సేమ్. సో ధ్యానం ద్వారా మీరు అన్కాన్షియస్ని ట్యాప్ చేసి ఆకర్షిక్ రికార్డ్స్ నుంచి మీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకుంటున్నారంటే మీరు డిఎన్ఏలోని తీసుకుంటున్నట్టు లెక్క.
ఓకే.
సో ట్యాపింగ్ ది యూనివర్స్ and getting the information through meditation through third eye and Akashic records is as equal to as the information tapping from the DNA. DNA is a physical parameter, and the consciousness and Akashic records is the frequency layer information. Both are one and the same. It is the replica for that. Yeah. Thank you.
అంటే మ్యారేజెస్ కి ఎటువంటి టాబ్లెట్ యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు అంటారు సార్? మ్యారేజ్
relationship concept, one has to go through the relationship 4+5. Okay. And bridge concept, because there is no bridge between two relationships, right? So to bring the bridge, you need to go through the bridge concept and 5+4 relationship concept. If you sincerely apply these things, then you will gain whatever the relationship you need to bridge. Yeah.
So, there are 2-3 questions in YouTube chat, sir. So, can I take?
Yeah, with that we conclude, madam, those 3 questions.
Yes. So,
థ్యాంక్ యూ sir.
Thank you.
rheumatoid arthritis. There is having rheumatoid arthritis. Please tell me.
So any arthritis complaint, the joint factor, the flexibility, as yesterday we discussed about the second chakra, Swadhisthana, where it is the water element. Water is so flexible, it takes any shape. Okay. So similarly, in every situation, we have to be very flexible enough to accept the things. The people who are very rigid in their mind and intellect, so that will automatically make them to deviate from their original purpose because lack of that flexibility factor. So main accepting the situations and people and molding according to the situation is something related to the flexibility factor in Vata chakra, that is second chakra. And similarly, understanding the whole second chakra principles is also one of the important things. Like yesterday we discussed about the emotional balance and taking little pleasures and working with ourselves. So partially this is reasons related to the uterus, which gives the second chakra reasons, is useful in that, the uterus book, Garbhashyam. And then wherever the joint pains, usually they will have a particular joint with severe pain, like it may be a knee or ankle or wrist. So wherever they are getting the pain, so they need to work with that particular joint related spiritual wisdom as well. So if they work with that spiritual wisdom, then that will automatically, that particular joint problem, they can, for example, if it is the hand, the give and take. If it is for the legs, it is traffic signals of the soul. Yesterday I said how to stand on your own individuality factor spiritually. Okay. So working with the individual joint also will be helpful. Yeah. Thank you.
One more question, sir, does crystal help in healing? Can you tell us more about crystals?
See, as a 10 energy supports, we do advise crystals for the serious illness cases and bedridden cases, severe psychiatry, etc. Where along with the soft instrumental music, higher color linen, curtains, bed sheets, and all violet indigo, and crystals, okay, and plants, greenery plants. All these things we try to use in that particular room so that it will enhance the energy. So the crystal is the more refined form of the mineral kingdom, which carries the healing energies. So what kind of crystal and all? So there's a lot of Google informations and crystal therapy books. If you read, you will understand which are better for the healing, which are better for the harmony, like that. Every crystal has got its own properties. But definitely the healing crystals will enhance the healing process. But in general, we can use all those gadgets only in the emergency period and during when we are in a low energy moments. After that, we are good for ourselves. Our body itself is a great crystal. If you meditate, you can make your body a big energy body, energy crystal. So until then, initial days, all these things are necessary. After that, once you align with your purpose, and then if you are walking wonderfully in your path, all these external factors becomes a negligible things, including the pyramids. Thank you.
So questions that keep coming, sir. What should we do? Like one is asked, does so many questions are I need to check because you have replied so they can check. How can a HIV positive meditator get completely cured and have his blood report as normal as non-reactive?
Yeah. So this question I need to answer in one-on-one, not in the group. It is possible. I can answer in not in this very beginner basic area. It is an exceptionalness, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
They need to work with intense energy workout first and then knowledge workout under the guidance. And we have case studies where they have improved the CD4 count and they are living a healthy and happy life because it is a confidential one. We deal it in a confidential way. And first of all, according to the 10 energy traffic signals, nothing is impossible in this world. Everything is possible. And yeah, thank you. Next.
Next question. My son, age 23, he almost time have nose running.
Yeah. So the same question earlier I said, working on acute incidents, spiritual premium. The parents has to work on the spiritual premium concept, acute and chronic, the nose related wisdom. And similarly in the spiritual children. And the children's problems are there. If the parents work on the spiritual children, that will automatically helpful in their children's growth. And if the child is more than 10 years or 7 years, they can do their own regular meditation and use the 10 energy supports so that that energetic environment and their own meditation and creative jobs will automatically conceal the complaint. Yeah.
He
Thank
just
you.
mentioned like his son has started meditation nowadays.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah,
So let
yeah,
them
it's good. Yeah.
mingle with the other kids, the youth pyramid, Paima teams are there, youth meditation programs
Yes.
happens. So there, if you mingle, they will automatically adapt. Yeah.
And one has how to control high blood pressure.
Yeah. So the high blood pressure is anahata zone. Working on the positive qualities like heart chakra related wisdom, compassion, kindness, and that giving nature, unconditional giving nature. And there is a book called Circulatory Forces, as I said in the previous speech. Like the blood is circulating in our body, and the cosmic energy is into circulation. Like we gain cosmic energy, we preserve, and then we utilize for different activities. Similarly, the money, the name and fame. So whenever we streamline these controllable circulatory factors like cosmic energy, name and fame, and money, the entry point, maintenance, and exit, the expenditure in a proper way, that will automatically control the dependable factors like the water cycle in the body, the blood cycle, and the electrical energy in the house. So that circulatory forces book will give you a complete idea how to control these circulatory forces in the body. And again, switch back to the fourth chakra lessons and the power circulation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much, madam.
Thank you
So
so
with this,
much.
we conclude. So the idea of coming into this platform, only one thing is, being a medical doctor in the last 25 years, intensely we are working with patient God, where in the energy level, definitely they will have a very good symptomatic relief. And sometimes if that illness is only to realize them the spiritual path, just with meditation and coming into the spiritual path, they will come out of the disease, and happily they can contribute whatever the best possible way to the community. And whereas wherever there are some chronic illnesses, exceptional illnesses, surgical illnesses, they are unable to figure out, definitely the in-depth spiritual wisdom working in that knowledge level will give them a clear-cut roadmap where exactly they are making their minor mistakes or major mistakes in life. And by working on consciousness and wisdom, definitely we can clear the energy blocks, and then eventually the bodily illnesses, whether it is body, mind, social plane like relationship and financial things. So to a certain extent, they can go through the wisdom and they can sort it out for themselves. After reaching a point, they may need some sort of guidance for a couple of months so that they will understand how to work on the body in knowledge level. So in that area, the Spiritual Tablet Research Foundation has done an enormous job, and successfully we are able to guide people. And thank you very much, Ritu Jainji,
Thank you,
for
sir.
accepting this wisdom and coming up with a proposal to maintain the breakout rooms immediately after your health and healing related sessions whenever you are conducting, so
Yes,
that the spiritual tablet counselors can come and serve in giving guidance related to health related area with the wisdom that we have prepared in the last 25 years under the guidance of Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji. So once again, thank you very much for this platform. The Spiritual Tablet Research Foundation, as a part of Health Wing to PSSM Global, is always ready to serve in all developed countries in its own way. Thank you. Thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful wisdom, for your time, for your energy. Thank you so much. We'll wait you again.
I would like to meet you in person, some of your
Definitely.
participants in Seattle next time, in my next visit.
Definitely. We are waiting for you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you all, masters,
Thank you all. Namaste.
for your
Thank you,
valuable
Pooja.
time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, GK sir.
yes, and masters, as you are asking for the Zoom link and all, so we have shared our this WhatsApp group link. So we are
Yeah.
conducting Being Your Higher Self workshop for 21 days. It's a 21 days workshop. So if you want to join, so you can join through the WhatsApp group. You will get all the details in our group. And the language is Hindi, जो उसमें है ग्रुप का वर्कशॉप का लैंग्वेज हिंदी है. So those who are
Yes.
interested in Hindi, they can join.
That's true.
Timings are 6:30 a.m. IST and 5 p.m. PST. So जहाँ जहाँ से है, you can convert your time accordingly. 6:30 a.m. IST. And thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Ritu
you so
ma'am.
much, madam.
Yes.
Ritu ma'am, one sec. This is
Yes.
Padma. I'm calling from Santa Clara. I sent the Zoom link